So today we are going to discuss polio disease. The poliomyelitis. My basically the word comes from spinal cord. My word is spinal cord, and lattice means inflammation. And polio is a disease. So it is a disease of spinal cord, like we'll be discussing here. So polio is basically caused by a polio virus. That is a virus. This virus is basically an enterovirus. Enterovirus, what does it mean? That this virus will enters from the mouth to and leads to the intestine. That is known as enterovirus, that it will enters through the mouth. That is known as enterovirus. So basically this polio virus is enterovirus, and this virus is non-enveloped. If you talk about genetic material, so it has a plus stranded RNA. It has a plus stranded RNA, and basically it destroys the nerves of spinal cord. Nerves in spinal cord, there are motor nerves are present, so it basically destroyed the motor nerves. So basically polio virus, that means spinal cord, so it is a disease in which that virus will destroy the nerves of a spinal cord. Here polio virus basically enters into the mouth, then it leads to the throat, and in throat it is covered by a mucous membrane, like mucus line is here, so it will multiply there. The virus will multiply, then it will lead to the stomach, and then it will lead to the intestine. As I said that it is enterovirus, means mouth to this intestine, it will lead to the intestine. So it will leads after stomach, it will leads to the intestine, and intestine it is also lined by the mucous membranes, mucus line, so it will multiply here as well. Then it will move to the blood. Through blood it will move to the spinal cord, and finally in spinal cord it will destroy the nerves of a spinal cord, that are motor nerves. Let me draw the rough structure of a spinal cord. That is basically a brain. Okay, that is our nervous system. Nervous system is basically, there are two types of nervous system. First is central nervous system, in which brain and spinal cord comes. Are included, and second one we are having peripheral nervous system. In this our sensory nerves are included. Okay, so the spinal cord part is covered by a central nervous system, and here a motor nerves are present, that is a spinal cord, and here motor nerves are present. Motor nerves basically moves to the sensory nerves. So the virus will enter from blood to the spinal cord, and it will destroy these motor nerves, and then these motor nerves, when it will go to sensory nerve, it will destroy these nerves as well. Now if we talk about transmission, that how it is transmitted, so it is transmitted through the fecal oral route. means that it will transmitted through the person to person, like oral contact. So it second thing, it is transmitted through a contaminated water. Contaminated water is like impure water. Impure water, it is also transmitted through the food. It is also transmitted through the sneezing, or we can say it as coughing. It is transmitted through all these. And this disease is mostly common in children, and it means it will affect the adult as well, but mostly it is common in children. Polio disease, it is caused by polio virus. If we talk about the symptoms of polio virus, so it causes a flu. Sore throat means a severe pain in throat. Paralysis. Paralysis means in which the person get paralyzed. Tetany is also a symptom of polio. Tetany basically means a foldings of hands and foot, that is abnormality. So that is the symptoms of polio virus as well. That is not compulsory that if anyone is having like foldings of hands or foot like abnormality, a person has polio disease. No, it is not common, but it is a symptom of polio virus. So another, having a fever, body pain, these are basically the symptoms of polio virus. If we talk about the treatment is basically, there is no antiviral therapy. But there is a vaccine. Vaccine is available that we are getting since our childhood. Vaccine is available. Basically, there are two types of vaccine of polio virus. One is IPV and second is OPV. IPV is injected polio vaccine. Basically, and that is oral polio vaccine. This IPV vaccine is the best vaccine against a polio virus, but this vaccine is not available in Pakistan. Like it is available in the foreign countries, but it is not available in Pakistan. The vaccine we are taking since our childhood, that is OPV, oral polio vaccine. IPV vaccine is also known as, that is the name of injected polio vaccine, it is also known as a killed Salk vaccine. Why it has named a Salk vaccine? Because there was a scientist, the name of that scientist is Jonas Edward Salk. In 1954, he discovered this IPV vaccine and named this vaccine as a Salk vaccine. And OPV vaccine, oral polio vaccine, is also known as attenuated, means a Sabin vaccine. Why it is named as Sabin vaccine? Because there was a scientist, was Albert Sabin, who has discovered this Sabin vaccine, oral polio vaccine against a polio virus. Now that was all about the treatment, that the vaccine is available and that is the best vaccine, but it is not available in Pakistan. The vaccine we are getting, that is OPV vaccine. So if we talk about the prevention of this is a physiotherapy, of muscles are helpful in this. For the polio virus prevention, their physiotherapy of muscles is basically helpful. Okay, if we talk about the polio virus, 90 to 95% of polio virus is asymptomatic. Asymptomatic means that if a virus enters in a body, it will not the symptoms will not occur, means our body will make antibodies against this virus, and means our body will kill these kill this virus. 90 to 95% this happens, but 4 to 8% happens that it is non paralytic, as I said in the symptoms, that the person gets paralyzed in this, but 4 to 8% is a ratio that person do not get paralyzed, and 0.5% is a ratio like in which it is a paralytic polio, means the person will get paralyzed, and this is the most severe stage of the polio disease.